Hey everyone, it's Jacob here back in with another video. So for today's video, I want to show my Walking Dead DVD and Blu-ray collections, all the DVDs and Blu-rays I have of all the shows in the Walking Dead universe. I did do like a Walking Dead DVD and Blu-ray collection video like a few months ago. Last time I checked it was like 5 months ago. Was when I did a Walking Dead DVD and Blu-ray collection video, but there is one thing that I've added to my Walking Dead collection since making that last Walking Dead collection video. So yeah. And also, I wanted to say like some opinions and stuff that I have about the Walking Dead shows and stuff that I didn't really say in the last Walking Dead collection video I did. So yeah. I don't have anything else to say before we get started. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, of course, you have the main Walking Dead show, the original OG show. So yeah, this is the Walking Dead Complete Collection Blu-ray set. Yeah, has some beautiful artwork on it. On the side here, as you can see, it says a 54 disc set, which is crazy. Very big set. Yeah, it's a Blu-ray set, of course. I think I already said that, but yeah, anyways. I'm not gonna show I'm not gonna really show like the actual discs and stuff because the cases are like kind of falling apart because the packaging is a bit shoddy. So I'm just gonna show like the cases. So we have seasons 1 through 6 in this case here. And then seasons 7 through 11 in this case right here. I'm sorry I'm not showing this or anything, but the packaging is pretty shoddy. Like it's only like pieces of tape holding it together, and some of the like pages of discs have like started to fall out and stuff. So I'm not gonna show the discs because I don't want them all to like fall out or anything. Yeah. Anyways, let's get this back in here. Hold on. It's kind of hard to get these back in here. There we go, and then there we go. Okay, back in. It's kind of hard to get those big cases back in, but yeah. So I was Walking Dead Complete Collection Blu-ray set, and I kind of wanted to talk about what I think about like each individual season of the show. Before I move on to like the other Walking Dead DVDs and Blu-rays I have with like the spin-off shows and stuff. So I'm gonna talk about each individual season, I think, and like say my opinions on each of them. So starting with season 1, of course. I think even though season 1 has a lot of very iconic moments, it's a very iconic season, I think everyone can agree that season 1 is not the best season of The Walking Dead. I mean, the very first episode, Days Gone By, is a very iconic episode. And of course, we had Rick reuniting with Carl and Lori. That's like one of my favorite scenes in the whole show, actually. It's like makes me emotional every time I watch Rick reuniting with Carl and Lori. And then of course there was the whole attack on the Atlanta survivor camp with all the walkers and stuff. And then Rick's group had to evacuate, and they all went to the CDC. And the CDC episode, the very last episode of the season, that's actually my favorite episode of the season, episode 6, TS19, the CDC episode. I thought that was a very good episode. But yeah, not too very much happened in season 1, and then season 2. Season 2 starts out pretty slow. Like I think that first half of season 2, like those first 7 episodes, the first half of season 2 is probably like the calmest, stretch of episodes, if you will, in the whole show. Just because not very much at all happens in like those first few episodes of season 2. It's just a lot of like talking, like drama stuff. There's not really like a whole lot of walkers seen in the first half of season 2. So yeah, but then the second half of season 2 is better. There's quite a bit more action in the second half of season 2, and has all stuff with like Randall and stuff. And then of course the whole fire broke out on the farm, and they had to evacuate the farm. And yeah, second half of season 2 is a lot better than the first half. And then we get to season 3, which is the season that with the Prisoner was introduced, of course. The first half of season 3 was pretty good. Of course, the first half of season 3 had the whole like Killer Within episode 4. That was a very good episode. And then it had like Glenn and Maggie being taken to Woodbury, like Merle kidnapped them. And speaking of Woodbury, I forgot to say we get introduced to Woodbury and the governor and stuff. And the second half of season 3 has some pretty good episodes as well, but I think I like the first half of season 3 a bit better. But the second half of season 3 had like Clear, which was like the bottle episode with Rick, Carl, and Michonne. And Morgan returns in that episode. And then the very last episode of season 3 is very disappointing because it seemed like it was all building up to like a big battle between the governor's group and Rick's group at the very end of season 3, but then that ended up not being a very big battle at all, so it was pretty disappointing. Make up for it with the big battle in season 4, which we'll get to in a minute, but Yeah, it's just pretty disappointing. That seemed like it was building up to a big battle at the end of season 3 and ended up not being very big at all. But then we get to season 4, which season 4 is actually my favorite season of The Walking Dead. I think season 4 is very, very good. Starts out with like the sickness arc, which is the first 5 episodes. That's a very good arc in my opinion. And then the Governor's solo flashback episodes, episodes 6 and 7, those are probably like the weakest part of the season in my opinion, but they're still decent episodes. Episode 7 is definitely better than episode 6. But yeah. And then we get to the best episode of the whole show, my favorite episode of the whole show, Too Far Gone, season 4, episode 8. That's the episode that actually has a big battle with the Governor's group, and Rick's troop. It's a very good battle, very big battle. And yeah, and of course the second half of season 4 is a bit different with Rick's group being separated after the prison was kind of like got burnt down and stuff, and walkers over to the prison and stuff until Rick's group got separated when everyone like evacuated the prison, and basically followed different little groups. I guess like that's the word I was gonna say. Like I said, Rick's group got split up into like little individual groups, so we follow each of those little groups. And there's some good episodes in the second half of season 4 as well. The first half was probably better, but I still really like the second half. I think I like the second half of season 4 more than a lot of other people do. But yeah, anyways. And then we get to season 5. This might be a bit of a controversial, unpopular opinion, but I actually don't think season 5 is that good, to be honest. I know a lot of people think that season 5 is like the peak of the show, like the golden era of the show, if you will. But I just don't think it's that good. I think the first 3 episodes with like the cannibals from Terminus and like the whole Hunters arc, those first 3 episodes of season 5 are all very good. And then the last 5 episodes of season 5, the whole like introduction to Alexandria arc, I think those episodes are very good as well. But then all the in between stuff just kind of meh in my opinion. I mean, the brief little like survival arc with episodes 10 and 11, that was pretty good, but not on the same level as like those first 3 episodes or last 5 episodes. And everything else, I just did not like it very much at all. I did not care for the hospital arc at all. I just thought it was a pretty stupid arc. And then Beth's death was pretty stupid. And then episode right after Beth's death, we had Tyrese's death episode, which I thought that was pretty stupid as well. And yeah, I guess I just don't really understand why so many people really love season 5. And really, the only good part, the only like really good parts of season 5 are like those first 3 episodes and the last 5 episodes, and everything in between is pretty meh in my opinion. Except for the survival episodes, like I said, I think those episodes are pretty good as well. Them in the distance, those 2 episodes. But besides that, everything else like in between is pretty meh. But yeah. And then season 6, and let's get to season 6, of course. Season 6, I thought the first half of season 6 wasn't that good. There wasn't really that much good moments in the first half of season 6 that I really liked that much. But then the second half of season 6 is a lot better. It has a lot of great episodes. And of course, we're introduced to Negan at the end of season 6, the whole lineup, which is one of the best moments of the show. The lineup with like Glenn Abraham's death, which we see in the first episode, season 7. And then season 7, I think I like season 7 more than quite a bit of other people. At least the first half. I like at least the first half of season 7 quite a bit actually. I think there was some pretty good moments in some of the first half of season 7, but then the second half of season 7 wasn't as good in my opinion. And then season 8. Season 8 I didn't like as much as season 7. I don't think season 8 is like the absolute worst season of The Walking Dead, like some other people do. I'll say what my worst favorite season is in a minute. We'll get to it, but of course season 8 had like Carl's death. I thought it was a beautifully done death. It might have been like the best part of the season. There just wasn't really as many memorable moments in season 8 as were in the other seasons, like Carl's death and like the last episode with like Rick sparing Negan. Those are only like really big moments I can think of for season 8 off the top of my head. Just not very many big memorable moments from season 8. But then season 9, I actually really, really like season 9. I think season 9 is like the last really good season. Season 9 is my second favorite season, right behind season 4. Season 9, I thought season 9 started out pretty strong. Like those first 5 episodes of season 9 are pretty much its own little like mini season. Because obviously at the end of episode 5, Rick like disappears and Jada/Ann takes Rick to CRM after Rick blows up on the bridge. And then there's a whole like big 6-year time jump, and the season basically like turns into a different thing. So yeah, the way that the Whispers were introduced after the 6-year time jump, I thought that was really good as well. And the Whispers were seemed like really like scary and threatening and intimidating in season 9. But then in season 10, the Whispers didn't seem as scary or like intimidating or threatening or whatever. In season 10, I don't really know why, but Whispers just didn't seem as good in season 10. But yeah, and season 9 also had that flashback episode Scars. So that was a pretty good episode. And then the column before is probably most favorite episode of the season. One of my favorite episodes of the show, because had the like Pike death scene. I think that scene with all the Pike deaths, I think that scene is like the saddest episode of the whole show. Like, it makes me bawl every time I watch it. And then we get to the last two seasons, seasons 10 and 11. I don't really have much to say about these last two seasons because, to be honest, I know everybody says that like seasons 7 and 8 are like the worst seasons of the whole show, but I honestly think seasons 10 and 11 are the worst seasons of the show. I just didn't really enjoy seasons 10 and 11 very much at all. So yeah, and I think seasons 10 and 8 are better than seasons 10 and 11 actually. Season 10 has some good moments with the Whispers, I guess. I found the battle with Whispers at the hilltop was pretty cool. I think that was episodes like 11 and 12, if I remember correctly. I mean, like episodes 10, 11, 12, somewhere around there. But yeah. And then, of course, there was like Michonne's last episode, episode 13 of season 10. That episode was kind of weird. It was kind of underwhelming in my opinion for Michonne's last episode. It like wasn't as good as I thought it would be. It was a bit underwhelming for Michonne's final episode. And then of course we had the last battle with Whispers in episode 16. It was kind of underwhelming as well. Not a very big battle, really, in my opinion. And then of course we had the bonus episodes, those last 6 episodes at the end of season 10, which of course is, I think everyone agrees, that's like the worst part of the show. Those like bonus episodes at the end of season 10. I honestly, I've honestly always thought those bonus episodes, those last 6 episodes at the end of season 10, I've always kind of thought those episodes as like separate from all the other seasons. Those bonus episodes kind of just like feel like their own thing to me. Like, I know they're supposed to be like the third part of season 10, but the bonus episodes just feel like their own thing to me. They don't really feel connected to any of like scenes or anything like that. Bonus episodes kind of feel like their own thing, even though they're obviously supposed to be the third part of season 10. Those bonus episodes just kind of feel like their own thing in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, then we have season 11. I didn't care for the Reaper arc very much at all at the beginning of season 11. In my opinion, the Reaper arc felt like it was kind of like the Reaper arc felt like it was just like kind of there to give. That's not right there. I was gonna say the Reaper arc just kind of felt like it was like giving the characters something to do before they found out about the Commonwealth. So yeah, and then speaking of the Commonwealth, I didn't really care about the whole like Commonwealth thing very much at all either. I just didn't think the Commonwealth was that good of a community, at least not as good as like a lot of the communities that we've seen in the past, on the past seasons of the show. But yeah, those last 8 episodes of the third part of season 11 is probably like the strongest part of the season. There's some pretty good stuff there. And the series finale was pretty good with like Rosita's harboring deaths and stuff, and that was kind of like Thing of the Spin-offs and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, so I just went through all the seasons of the show there. So that was me talking about all the seasons of The Walking Dead. I didn't think it would take like very long to talk about each of the seasons. But yeah, anyways, now on to the spin-offs. By the way, after you're done watching this video, maybe tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree with my opinions and stuff in this that I say in this video. But yeah, anyways, that was all about the main show. So now we get to the first spin-off here, Fear the Walking Dead. So I got this season 1 through 7 set from Walmart one time, because I hadn't watched Fear the Walking Dead yet. I found this set at Walmart, and I was like, oh, I'll try watching it. And I'd heard that obviously Fear the Walking Dead wasn't nearly as good as the main show, which I agree with. I've always seen like maybe like the first 5 episodes of the show, I think, because I wanted to get into it, I wanted to watch it, but I just couldn't. Fear the Walking Dead is just kind of stupid in my opinion. I couldn't really get like connected to any of the characters or anything. I think like a group of people who like didn't really know each other before the outbreak, who then later became friends, like in the main Walking Dead show, is like more interesting than like the group of people that we were following in Fear the Walking Dead. It was just like a blended family. I don't think that's interesting as like I don't think that's as interesting as like the group in the main original show. And yeah, I just don't really care about any of the characters in Fear the Walking Dead in my opinion. I thought Alicia was pretty cute, to be honest, but yeah, besides that, I don't really care about any of the characters. So yeah. Here's the actual case here. Yeah, here's the discs. We have season 1, season 2, season 3, season 4. Alright, actually, that's season 1 right there, and then season 2 right there, which continues on to over there, and then season 3. And then season 4, season 5, season 6, and season 7 as well. So yeah. So yeah, this is like Fear the Walking Dead, the almost complete series, or the almost complete collection, whatever you want to call it, because obviously this is seasons 1 through 7, and there's 8 seasons in total, so I could get like the individual complete 8th season set, but I don't really care that much about getting that last season. I mean, maybe I'm like a completionist and stuff, but still, I don't really care that much about getting that last season of Fear the Walking Dead. But yeah, and I know some people might be like, at least watch like the first 3 seasons. Like, first 3 seasons are like the best seasons of the show. After that, the show really goes downhill and turns to garbage. I've heard a lot of people say that, but like those first 3, I tried, but I couldn't get through it. I only watched like the first 5 episodes, so I'll probably get rid of that Fear the Walking Dead at some point, because I do not care about Fear the Walking Dead. Yeah, anyways, and then next up, I have the Walking Dead Daryl Dixon season 1. I heard a lot of really good things about the Daryl Dixon spin-off show, so I was pretty excited about it. But when I watched it, I was pretty disappointed. I know this might be a bit of an unpopular opinion, but I did not care about the whole like Fran storyline very much at all. And I just none of the new characters in the show like really like interested me that much. I didn't really care about any of the new characters in that show. And then Daryl felt different in the show for some reason. Like, he felt different from his character in the original show. For some reason, I'm not really entirely sure why. But yeah, I know a lot of people said that like season 1 is really good and then season 2 wasn't as good, but I don't think either of the seasons are that good in my opinion. But anyway, season 7 discs right there, and then like an AMC Plus insert right there. So yeah. And then of course Carol joins like the main cast in season 2. It was cool to see her again, I guess. I've actually only like fully watched like the first like 3 or 4 episodes of the show, but I've seen clips from the other episodes, and I've watched like reaction videos of like people reacting to season 2 and stuff. And by the way, I guess I forgot to say this at the beginning of the video, but spoilers in case you haven't seen any of the Walking Dead shows or anything like that. I probably should have said that at the beginning of the video. But yeah, anyways, of course everyone knows that there's a whole scene with Daryl getting a call from Carol, and Carol saying that somebody came back. It was like a mysterious thing that Carol said. She said somebody came back, but it cut out with like the name. Like, you couldn't hear like who Carol said came back. And then in season 2, after Daryl and Carol reunited, in season 2, Daryl asked Carol who she was talking about that came back, but she was all like, I wasn't a person, it was a feeling. An old feeling came back, like something in the Commonwealth. And yeah, that just seemed like really stupid. Like, it seemed like they were really building it up to be like a person that came back. I feel like maybe Carol was like lying to Daryl, maybe. Like, she didn't want to tell him who actually came back for some reason, but I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, and then I thought the ending of season 2 was pretty stupid as well, with like Laurent and the like American guy like going back to America without Daryl and Carol, because there could only be 3 people on the helicopter, which is pretty stupid. So now it's sad to be like in season 3 of the Daryl show, Daryl and Carol are going to like the United Kingdom or something like that, and it's like, we don't need to see Daryl and Carol like traveling around the world. Like, things are like stretching it a lot. Like, all we want to see is like Rick and Daryl reuniting with and Rick and Carol, obviously, and Rick and all the other characters and stuff. We don't need to see Daryl and Carol traveling around the world. Like, nobody asked to see that. Like, all we want to see is Rick and Daryl and Carol and all the other characters reuniting. Like, we don't need to see Daryl and Carol traveling the world. They just want to stretch it out as much as they can, I think. But anyways, that's that. So I just have one more thing to show here. And this is actually the only other Walking Dead show that I really like, and that is The Walking Dead Ones Who Live. I have the Blu-ray Steelbook, The Walking Dead Ones Who Live, right here. I actually quite like The Ones Who Live show. I thought it was pretty good. So yeah. I know a lot of people thought that The Ones Who Live was kind of rushed, but I mean, it was supposed to be a limited series, only 6 episodes, so obviously they're gonna like rush it a little bit. They weren't gonna be able to like take their time or anything. But yeah, anyways, I think this slip cover is pretty cool. Yeah, anyways. The last episode was obviously the most rushed episode, episode 6, but I thought it was pretty good, and the reunion with Rick and Michonne and Judith and RJ at the very end of the episode was pretty emotional. But anyways, here's the actual steelbook. Then there is the disc on the inside. It also comes with this like CRM consignee badge thing, which I haven't even opened. But yeah, anyways, that's it. So yeah, basically just summing up the main show and The Ones Who Live are the only Walking Dead shows that I really like. So yeah. Yeah, and I know you might be like, have you seen any of the other Walking Dead shows besides one that you showed in this video? And the answer to that would be no. I've never seen World Beyond, but to be honest, World Beyond to me just seems like a way to like learn more about the CRM. That's the only very good show in my opinion. And I haven't seen Tales of the Walking Dead either, which is like an anthology show. I've heard there's a lot of like silly stuff in that show that just doesn't seem like fits in the Walking Dead universe. And there's also the World Beyond spin-off show with like Maggie and Negan. I haven't seen that one either. But I don't really care about that show either because that seems like a lot of conflict between Maggie and Negan, which you saw more than enough of in the main show, like the main original Walking Dead show. But yeah, so yeah, that's basically it. I don't think I'll really watch any more new Walking Dead content, at least until like Rick and the other people like reunite. I mean, I don't know if Andrew Lincoln, aka Rick, is gonna be in like any more Walking Dead related stuff after The Ones Who Live. But yeah, we'll see. I was hoping that Morgan would be in The Ones Who Live so we can see Morgan reunite with Rick, because obviously at the end of Fear the Walking Dead, obviously like I said, I've only seen the first 3 seasons of I've only seen the first like 5 episodes, I meant to say, of Fear the Walking Dead. But I know what happens at the end of the show, so obviously at the end of Fear the Walking Dead, Morgan like contacts Rick on his walkie-talkie. Rick doesn't pick up, but he's like, I'm gonna find you, Rick Grimes, and then like he said, I'm gonna go back to Alexandria and find you, and then Morgan didn't appear on Ones Who Live at all. We don't really know where Morgan is, but yeah, hopefully we'll see Morgan again at some point. But yeah, anyways, is there anything to say? Of course, like, comment, subscribe, of course, and post, you know, every time we post any new videos. And yeah, I don't have anything to say, so of course, if you enjoy this video, and of course, see you next time. Peace. Sorry about the noise in the background, like, sister just got home. Anyways, that's it for this video. Peace.